Hello everyone. This is Oni, and today for you, I have a review for Dadish 3. Now this is the newest entry in the Dadish series, developed by indie developer Thomas K. Young. They all released in June of 2022, and as usual, there's just random footage here of me failing at the game while I read the review. So, how about we just jump into it, shall we? Dadish once again finds himself having a nice, peaceful afternoon nap while the kids have fun playing in the garden, when suddenly a bus pulls up to the vegetable patch and the kids hop on it for a field trip. Dadish then has to once again wake up and run after all of his silly children when all he wants is a nap. This time they are so grounded when he catches them. During this adventure, the story actually adds a new character, that being Mom Ado, the possible children to all of Dadish's kids, and you learn why she isn't in the picture. It was actually pretty funny when it came down to it, and even the lines of dialogue you get at the end of each level was even better than it was in the second entry. I snickered and laughed quite a bit this time around when compared to the last entry in the series. Honestly, I love the way the dialogue and story are presented in these games, but I would love a full-blown actual story. I feel like the dev could make a fantastic and silly tongue-in-cheek story when it came down to it, especially with the humor that they got down in these games. When it comes to the platforming, this has the hardest and best designed levels so far, and I loved every second of it. From the crazy deserts to the harsh underwaters, the levels are riddled with traps and death galore. The hardest level was in World 5 when I had to float through bubbles and jump on more bubbles. And if I messed up even once, I was dead because there were spikes everywhere. With the introduction of Mom Mato, there were some new kinds of levels where you ended up riding on her, and she bounced around really high. Some of these levels were kinda tough, mostly because of her high bounce, so you really had to time your jumps. The platforming didn't feel floaty in the slightest, so when I died, I knew I had to get better and try again just to beat the level, which eventually, obviously, I did. I will say, this entry has some of the easiest bosses ever, and none of them required luck when it came to damaging the bosses. So I had to hit the button and wait for the boss to run into the trap, as opposed to hoping they'd hit the trap. At least they all died in about 3 hits. I do wish the world maps weren't so different. Just like the last entry, this one did away with the world map. Now it's just numbers on the line, and it really sucks. Dadish 3 has pulled me into the line of a forever fan in this series. I hope the creator keeps going with all this insanity and builds upon the current challenge of the series. For fans of platformers, I cannot recommend this enough. Seriously, play the game. And that's why I'm giving Dadish 3 an 8 out of 10. Um, I hope everyone enjoyed this review and the random gameplay that went along with it. Uh, Seriously, this game is well worth your time, especially for a few bucks. Um, and it's great. It really is. Um, so as usual, if you'd like to keep up to date with everything I do, I'll drop a Twitter link in the description down below there. If you'd like to join the Node Gamers Discord channel and talk to me about this review or other reviews or just games in general, uh, you can go ahead and join it. And if you'd like to read the written review, I have it down below in the description as well. And I hope you all have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. And until next time, everybody, goodbye.